Thank you for visiting pianolessonsforlife.com. My name's Greg, and we're going to talk a little bit today about the pentatonic scale and some pentatonic scale patterns that you can find on the piano. And I've gotten a lot of mileage out of these. I'm playing solos. It's one of the most exciting things to do on the keyboard is improvisation and being creative. And so I'm going to show you how I use some of these pentatonic scale patterns on the piano. And the basic pentatonic scale, if you don't know that, it's a 5-note scale, and in C it'd be scale tones 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Okay, and because the key of C has all white notes, these patterns I'm going to show you will work in the key of C, C pentatonic, F pentatonic, and G pentatonic, and their related minors, A minor pentatonic, D minor pentatonic, and E minor pentatonic. So by learning a couple of patterns in your right hand, you can play the same patterns in 3 different keys, and the fingerings will feel the same. I'm going to approach it this way. The C pentatonic scale, when I'm playing, I use 3 positions really with my hand. One is with my thumb anchored on A, and those notes. And then the second one is with my thumb anchored on C. And those are also notes of the A minor and C pentatonic scale. And then the third position I use is thumb anchored on E. So I'm using thumb anchored on A, C, and E. And when I'm on E, I skip that F note and just play the pentatonic scale. So now I've got 3 little positions that you can kind of noodle around in. And it'll sound good over just about any chord progression in that particular key. So for this demonstration, key of C, I chose some simple chords, and they go C, E minor, F, and C, and it repeats. And then to make things a little bit more creative, I change it up here and go C, G with a B in the bass, A minor, E7 with a G sharp in the bass, C with G, F sharp, it's really kind of a D7, and then a quick 2, 5, 1, D minor, G, and C. They're the chords to People Get Ready. It's a spiritual song. It's a kind of a classic one, but it goes, people get ready, there's a train a-coming, you don't need no ticket, you just get on board. And actually you can just use those 3 chords. All you need is faith to make the diesel humming, you don't need no baggage, you just thank the Lord. But I kind of like adding those extra chords to spice it up a little bit. People get ready, there's a train a-coming, you don't need no ticket, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesel humming, you don't need no baggage, you just thank the Lord. So those are the chords we'll be using right now. You can try this scale over any of your favorite songs. Now if you're playing with a band, it gives you a little more freedom to not necessarily have to hold down the chords. You can concentrate more on your right hand and your solos. So what I'm going to do is just describe a little bit, and I'm going to go through the song. I programmed the chords in here so that it'll sound kind of a rock ballad, and we'll just play some pentatonic scales, and you can get a hang of how I use them. And a little bit about that, you want to find a phrase, jump in. That's a little tricky sometimes because people are used to reading, they're not used to just playing, but you just want to play a phrase like, let's go. And then maybe repeat it. It's a lot like a conversation. You start with a phrase and then you embellish on the phrase by either changing a little bit of the melody or the rhythmic aspect of your phrase, because you want to use repetition in there. People like when a little phrase is repeated, it makes you recognize it, and then but you don't want to do too much repetition because that becomes boring. So you really want to kind of find a blend. Like I said, a lot like a conversation. You make a statement and you embellish on that statement. So I'm just going to give you a little demonstration. And I guess we'll just start with a kind of a free-feeling sort of a thing. Now we'll just pick a melody. Okay, so I took that one little scale and played it over those changes, and you kind of saw how I went about playing rhythmic and different melodic and rhythmic variations of that scale. Of course, I had a lot of practice with finger exercises, and you're going to need to have that in order to free yourself up. You don't want to be thinking about your fingers so much, and the best way to get the speed and dexterity that you need to let loose and be creative is that Hannon method. I've mentioned it before. A lot of professionals use it. You can get the book Hannon the Virtuoso Pianist, or some of my students like the video method that you can get from Hear and Play, which is almost the same cost for either one of those things. And if you're interested in getting a little faster with your fingers there, you might want to check those out. And check out the other videos on the page here. We're going to take that scale in a couple different keys and show you how that same scale over different styles of music can be very, very useful. And check back again on, and also fill out a form on the website. Contact me with any kind of ideas or suggestions or questions you might have, and register for the lesson alerts as well. And I'll email you lessons as I get them put up on the website. Thanks again.